Greetings everyone and welcome. I'm your host Captain Rye, and today's video is brought to us courtesy of Coupe du Double G, and for ease of use in this name, will just simply be known as Double G from now on. Double G is playing in the Tier 10 US heavy cruiser Des Moines, Des Moines, Des Moines, or simply Des Moines, here in World of Warships. As the battle gets underway, it's Shatter, it's Domination match mode. It is obviously a Tier 10 maximum battle. Now, something of interest to note is that Double G is divvied up with a friendly clanmate there in the Khabarovsk, but he's got friendly clanmates also on the enemy team in the form of two Shimikazes, who are going to do reasonably well in this game and cause Double G and his div mate here quite a bit of problems, especially towards the end of this battle when they need a solid victory. But don't worry, we'll see plenty of it and them later on. Now, because Double G has spawned effectively closest to the C cap point, and the way this map works, you can see there on the minimap the team splitting pretty equally to A and to C. Now the enemy team clearly got the jump on them. They're already inside of both the A and the C cap points. There we can see the Kagero capping at C, and we did see briefly a Henri that was pushing up as well. And the Henri has popped up yet again. Now, the Kagero is laying down a smoke screen. This is both for his benefit and for the benefit of the Henri. The Henri pushes into it and then doesn't fire his guns and isn't being detected by radar, as is the case at the moment. He can simply sit in there and help cap. Now, because he is being detected by radar and because he's broadside on, Double G has switched over to the armor piercing and is going to go ahead and start laying into him with this armor piercing. Because there's a smoke screen and an island now in the way, Double G's not being spotted on top of this. Now there we can see he's popped his engine boost consumable. You can tell by the thicker black smoke coming out of the funnel, so he's going to move very quickly here. So a little bit more lead is going to be necessary, especially with the Des Moines guns here. Double Citadel on that Henri. No, not quite enough to kill him there. Come on, can we secure the kill? Not going to be the case. The enemy team takes an early lead here as they secure both the A cap point and a first blood, taking out one of the destroyers. Normally, normal circumstances, the enemy team that takes the early destroyer advantage usually goes on to victory, but that's not always the case, especially not if an enemy destroyer, such as the Kagero there, gets himself caught out in the open against a Harugamo and a Khabarovsk. Now, because Double G was firing, he is being detected by a catapult spotter aircraft, and you can see he's definitely got the priority target captain skill here, so it tells you how many people are targeting you. Luckily for him, just like the American light cruiser line and the US destroyer line, the shots from the Des Moines have a very long hang time up in the air. So because of that, able to just basically change directions and move quickly. Unfortunately, as he pushes up past the headland of this island, there is the enemy degrosser that comes out from behind that island, broadside on. Now the armor piercing is an excellent option here. You can see all of the penetrations that he's getting, and he's doing really well with those penetrations. Unfortunately, the degrosser has turned away, so switching over to the high explosive is going to be a preferable option. He's trying to get back behind this island to avoid even more hits after taking a big old fat citadel from those guns, and does manage to get away with it. One of the things that people tend to forget about these US cruisers, is especially with the Des Moines, is they've got these nice high gun arcs, effectively allowing you to sit behind islands and fire over. Of course, one of the other things people forget is that you got to pay attention to that little mountain icon when you're firing. It's going to save you some really unfortunate trouble when your shots get derped right into a mountain and don't actually do anything. Can't tell you the number of times I've been in a battle where I've watched a cruiser sitting behind an island effectively just continuously derp their shots into said island, not realizing that their shots aren't going anywhere. Right now, Double G's team has managed to secure the C cap point. They're currently pushing to the B cap point, but as you can see, there are some enemy ships pushing in there as well, including that enemy Kagero pushing back over to the B cap point. But I think that Kagero is going to have a serious problem if he continues to push up there, and yes, he has been spotted. Now, enemy DeGrosser is dead, so that's going to be a 2 for 2 at this point. Double G's team still in the process of capping the B cap point, but the enemy team's still in the lead, and that's just simply because they took the A cap point earlier on. Both the cruiser at B and the Kagero managed to take each other out. That's a little disappointing there. That cruiser certainly could have been useful, but it does equal the destroyer situation. Both teams now have their 2 remaining tier 10 destroyers left to contend in this battle. However, the enemy team has 2 Shimikazes. Now that can be a wall of skill, especially considering they're in a division together and in the same clan, so you know they're talking to each other. But equally important, Double G's team has a Harbrovsk and a Harugumo. Provided these 2 work together and play it smart, they can become very, very dangerous destroyers to contend with, especially with setting fires on battleships. Speaking of setting fires on battleships, enemy Yamato burning down as he continues to reverse off into the corner. Now pay attention to this here on the minimap here. You can see the enemy Salem, the enemy Yamato, and one other ship. They're all back basically at their spawn at this point. That's going to play an important factor because they're not pushing in. They're not putting pressure back on the C cap point any longer. They're basically allowing Double G's team to dictate the terms of engagement with them by backing off. This means their teammates pushing into the B cap point are, well, effectively doing the standard henchman maneuver. They're pushing in one by one, single file, to face the enemy team alone. And that's going to allow Double G and his fellow teammates here to push up to the B cap point and either defend it or retake it if the enemy team grabs it. Now, Double G is pushing forward. The other Des Moines not pushing forward. If I was playing this battle, I would actually say this straight up: need your assistance here. Between the 2 of them, the rate of fire on those guns would be absolutely devastating. Double G pops his hydroacoustic here just to make sure that there's no nasty torpedo surprises coming his direction. Again, 2 enemy Shimikazes. That's a massive wall of skill if they're coordinating. That could be up to, I want to say, let's see, that's 15 each. Yeah, so up to 30 torpedoes in the water coming towards them. Could be a major issue. So, hydroacoustic up. Going to use the island as a potential shield if the enemy destroyers are to the south. As we can see, the last known spotted location of at least one of them was down there. And yes, both of them have popped up, so they are both to the south. So this is going to be very useful. Keeping that island there, that means they cannot torpedo you. In the meantime, this Buffalo is taking a whaling from the high explosive. And you'll notice the high explosive is doing a very, very good job here. It's setting lots and lots of fires. But you'll also notice that even though Double G is consistently hitting this Buffalo, he's not resetting the base capture anymore, because the enemy Rune is in the base, and he's got all of the capture points. Now, this Buffalo is not being very smart here. He's firing armor piercing. Well, he is doing damage. He's not doing very consistent damage with that. And if he had been firing the high explosive, he'd probably have caused almost as much damage as Double G. Although the rate of fire, not as quickly. Switches over to the armor piercing because he has a broadside Rune and was able to reset the cap quickly enough here. Pops his heal to recover some of the health. I always like to see when cruiser captains, battleship captains, or anybody with a heal finally does pop their heal consumable. Now, the Rune is also firing armor piercing. Again, not the choice I would choose here because they're both angled, and as we can hear there, those are bounces coming off of the armor piercing. Des Moines has very, very good armor, especially bow armor for a cruiser. Fires off a set of torpedoes. Those miss. Gives broadside again, so he's definitely going to try and get more torpedoes out there. Armor piercing loaded. Double citadel, finishing off this cruiser. So now, the team situation's actually pretty tight here. The enemy team down to just one battleship left. Double G's team has 2. Broadside, caught out broadside Des Moines there. There's a citadel. There's nice big hits. Can he secure the kill on him? Come on, more hits there. Very, very low health Des Moines, but not enough finish. In the meantime, he is being detected. And unfortunately, being targeted, he's got a relatively full-strength Bismarck pushing up down this channel into the B-cap point behind him. And that Bismarck could be a serious problem. With manual secondaries, lots and lots of fires gonna be set here. Plus, 15-inch guns should be able to go through, at least especially the stern armor, into his citadel area, which would definitely be a serious problem given how much health is left. There come the secondaries. Double G not sticking around in this fight, instead opting to effectively run away. Break contact, run away, and get the hell out of Dodge. Hopefully, friendly cruisers here with him will turn around and will go ahead and help support. In the meantime, his team has managed to take the definitive points and ships lead here. They've left the enemy team now down to just 2 destroyers, both Shimikazes. They've lost their Hirugamo, but they still have a Khabarovsk. And the enemy team is just down to a tier 8 battleship. So what exactly happened there? If you were paying attention to the minimap, as I mentioned before, it's simple. It's because the Yamato and the other ships basically ran back to their base, back to their cap, didn't push in, didn't apply pressure. So they effectively helped lose this game for their team by not trying to relocate, by simply just falling back, and falling back, letting Double G's team dictate the terms, and really, realistically, gave them that whole flank free. And as a result, the enemy team pushing up, well, effectively one at a time into the B cap point, allowing his team to engage at their leisure and concentrate fire. There's the Confederate Award for causing a lot of damage here in this game, over 180,000 at this point. And you can see lots and lots of fires being set. There's the High Caliber Award for causing even more damage and 190,000 damage so far. The only question is who's going to get the kill on this guy. Pretty much at this point, everybody's shooting high explosive at this Bismarck. This Bismarck is just burning down. He is one crispy battleship player. And the only thing that's going to put those fires out at this point is going to be, well, the ocean floor. Because there's that Bismarck dead. Now, it's really disappointing that Double G did not secure the kill on that Bismarck. And we'll see why at the very end of this game. It's actually kind of disappointing that he didn't secure the kill on the Henri or on the Des Moines as well. Again, we'll see why at the end of this game. Enemy Shimikaze is in the B cap point, was a little too far out there, so he got hit, reset, and this is one of Double G's clanmates. So it's going to be clanmate on clanmate action, brutal clanmate on clanmate action. We hate to see clanmates fight, but if you're on the enemy team, it's me or you, and it's gonna have to be me. So Double G pushing in here. He does have his friendly div mate and fellow clanmate pushing in with him. That's the Khabarovsk. So the Khabarovsk can get out there. He's going to start getting shots off at this Shimikaze as well. Hydroacoustic is up, allowed for detection of those torpedoes, so pretty much everybody should have been able to dodge those torpedoes. Shimikaze pops a smoke screen here, and I'm not entirely sure why that would be, considering Des Moines has hydro and has radar. And here in just seconds, Double G is going to pop that radar, and surprise, Now, the Shimakaze is somewhat smart. He popped the smoke screen, but he didn't stick around in it. So it definitely knows what he's doing, but just the rate of fire on the Des Moines, being able to get so many shots out there, does get behind the island there, so these shots are all going to miss. It's a little disappointing. Here come more torpedoes from the other Shimakaze, so they are somewhat coordinating, but look at this spread. The first two clearly intended for Double G there. Does secure the kill on the enemy Shimakaze. The second spread clearly intended for the harbor offs, so slows down, slams on the brakes, effectively just right between those two sets. More hits out, kills the second Shimakaze for 4 kills total. If he had just gotten one more kill, it'd have been a Kraken unleashed. Overall, though, 2,009 damage done in that game. Confederate, high caliber, no dreadnought. A little bit surprising by that, considering how much damage he took, but a very, very good game. Top of the team for XP earned at 3,000 base XP in that game. Next best player on his team, Friendly Harborovsk in the division, and fellow divmate and fellow clanmate at 1,900 base XP. But look at that, the Musashi also in the top 3 with 1,900 base XP as well, and 4 kills. He missed his Kraken by 1. The 2 Shimakazes on the enemy team, of course, top of their team, did very well in the game as well. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you like the video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below. If you'd like to get semi-regular news and channel updates, you can do so by liking and following me on Facebook. If you've got a replay like this one that you'd like to see featured on my channel or have me take a look at, you can do so by sending it to my email. If you'd like to watch me play various games, albeit intermittently, you can do so by following me on Twitch. You can find the links for all of those in the video description down below. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.